Hi, my name is Aryan, and for my PYPx research, I will be doing gender equality. Our theme for PYPx exhibition 2022 to 2023 is sharing the planet, and the connections to the learner profiles are caring and principled. Have you ever stood up for gender equality? I have. My PYPx. Out of all these 17 development goals, I chose SDG 5, gender equality, because boys and girls should be treated equally. Oh, sorry. I have been thinking about this since grade 3 with Miss Essie. For example, how boys and girls should be treated equally. I saw how some girls in Afghanistan are not able to play sports. And my central idea was this: sports can challenge clothing discrimination for women. I was also curious to learn more about my three of my line inquiries. Let's start. My first line of inquiry is what opinions exist about different types of head coverings for a woman, being mandatory, vs optional, vs banned. Number two, what is the connection with what women's careers and rules about what they must wear? Number three is how can we use sports to promote gender equality? Up next, my research. My first line of inquiry is what opinions exist about different types of head coverings for women, being mandatory vs optional vs banned. And my key concept was perspective for the first one. Also, I had some questions. Some questions was like, what is Islamophobia? What are the different types of hijab? Where was the first hijab created? Which countries are protesting against the hijab? And so on. You can read the slides. And then I also asked, do you have to wear hijab in your country? Here in Indonesia, the government do not force women to wear hijab even if they're Muslim. My first line of inquiries was what are the perspectives on hijab is optional, is bad, is mandatory. And did you know in France the hijab is banned? And it was banned on 2011, April 11, but not in all situations, just once, just like these ones. Like, for example, in school and in jobs, job interviews, also when you work with the government. Also, there's a head covering that covers your whole body, and it's called the burqa. Hijabs are also banned in Switzerland, unfortunately. Also, I had a question about what would happen if you wore a hijab to a job interview in France, and it said it's risky, and you might not get the job that you wanted. Also, some women do like wearing hijab, and some women do not like wearing hijab, but do get forced by their parents. For example, in some places, the hijab is optional, like in Indonesia. But a girl did get forced to wear hijab to like hijab in a school, but she didn't want to. Lastly, in some places, hijabs are mandatory. For example, Afghanistan and Iran. And these places, women don't like wearing hijab, but the country forces them to wear it. And if they don't, they could really get killed. Hijab discrimination in sports. Hijab discrimination is when women wearing hijab play sports and get banned for it. This girl named Naja got banned out of a volleyball tournament because she was wearing hijab. But after a few months, the rule got changed, and now you can use hijab to play volleyball in the US. Why are countries not letting women wear hijabs? At first, I thought women should want to wear hijab, but then I found that in some countries like France, it's banned, and some women are happy that it's banned, so their parents can't force them to wear hijab because the government says so. Islamophobia? Islamophobia is a new word for me. Islamophobia means a dislike against Islam or Muslim. Abuse? There was Islamophobia towards Muslim, and there were physical attacks on Muslim property. Also, there were verbal threats online. My second line of inquiry is where's the connection between woman career and rules about what they must wear? My key concept was connection. A question I had: what would happen if you were uh, uh, what would happen if you went to a job interview in France with the hijab? Have you ever gone to a job interview but did not get the job because of something related to your religion? I haven't, but I will be talking about someone who has. This woman applied for 500 jobs but did not get a single one of them because she's Muslim. Also, at first, I had a question about whether wearing a head covering like hijab, lowers your chances of getting a job at a job interview, and it said yes, it really can. My final primary inquiry is how to promote gender equality with sports, and uh, the key concept relates to responsibility. Some questions I had was how can we use football and basketball to help women? Have you ever promoted gender equality in sports? I have when I taught boys and girls in my PYPx section. Also, did you know a girl got banned from a volleyball tournament? She was wearing a hijab, but then the rule got changed because of the girl. And now you don't need approval to wear hijab during tournament in the US. Also, a Muslim girl who was 16 years old participated in a race in the state of Ohio, and she got told that what she was wearing on her head was against the rules. Even though she was wearing a Nike sports hijab, and the referees only told her that after she crossed the finish line. Up next, my action. Taking action. I want to inspire change in the world. My idea was to teach boys and girls to promote gender equality. And they could also donate any amount they wanted, and all the money would go to Equality Now. And Equality Now makes a safer environment for women all around the world. Also, this was indirect action. Also, in the beginning, nobody joined my activity, and I was sad, but then I promoted it more by making the action on 2 days. And I made a poster saying you could do the activity now and donate later, and then people joined. Here, I was really sad and stressed before nobody joined. And in the end, we ended up making 3.3 million rupiah. The scary part was teaching them sports, like here. But I was also proud of teaching them. And this was a great way to support SDG number 5, gender equality. This was a promo blurb to help me go class to class and say what I like a speech. Thank you so much for the Enders family for donating. My research sources. For a full list of my research sources, you can see my website. Audience questions? Thank you.